Howdy, howdy.
Hey, folks.
Look who's back.
Hey.
Welcome
Hello
to
again.
Canucks with Guitars. Look at that. I just got a notification. Apparently, Canucks with Guitars are now live. I just got a notification.
We're live.
Imagine that, eh? Why are they telling us? Yeah, we know we're live. So, yeah, welcome to Canucks with Guitars. I'm Ben. This is Rich.
So, folks.
Welcome back. How you been?
Oh, well, I've gotten through two bouts of illness since I've last been on, but back up to full strength and feeling good.
Good to hear.
Yeah. Otherwise, not too shabby. Yourself?
Same old. I'm working a ton at the vape shop. Finally just started a 4-day weekend today after having sporadically. I've had 3 days off, it seems, in the last 3 weeks, I think. Doing a ton of YouTube.
Getting loot in the mail left, right, and center.
yeah, that's true. A lot. These guys. Yeah, these guys. I'm just going to quickly say, since someone just popped in, Johnny Bean headed to Guitar Center. Rock on, dudes. Rock on, Johnny. And
Safe travels, brothers.
Speaking of which, yeah, I'm like an alternate on the Johnny Bean show now.
Yes, you've become quite the staple on there.
Yeah, so I guess they want the other opinion from the more novice when it comes to all the pointier stuff. But yeah, we talk about all kinds of stuff. Let's see who we got in here. We got Fender Guru out of New Zealand. Yes, hey buddy.
How's it going?
We got Mr. BH. Is that Bruce? Bruce, maybe?
I think it is.
I think it's Bruce.
What's going on, Bruce?
He says hello, Ben and Richard Shanahan. Missed you, Rich.
Missed you too. Missed all you cats.
David Ennis is in the house. Dry Heat 480. Who else we got here? R2R3 Locking Nuts in the house. Wow, we got a bunch of guys in here already. Awesome. Oh, look at this. 12 watching already. I told you, man. Things have been ramping up lately. It's getting crazy.
Mile.
Yeah. So, what else we been doing? We've been practicing. We've got a gig coming up next week.
Yeah, next Friday. We've got the Friday the 13th.
Yeah, if you're in Southern Ontario, come on out.
Yeah. The legendary Duke in Belleville.
Yes.
Always a good time. Always an interesting time anyway.
Yeah. Oh, and before we go any further, I want to mention our show sponsor, Renofin Guitars at renofin.ca.
Go check out some of the guitars that Cat builds. Man, it's just stunning.
Yeah,
stunning
beautiful stuff. And
absolutely
give a shout out to Arden's Music as well. They've been lending us a bunch of gear to play with. So
our good friendly folks at our local family music store, Arden's Music. Great cats.
We were actually discussing
ardensmusic.com.
Yes.
Fantastic deals, shipping internationally?
They ship international, free shipping in Canada if you spend more than a couple $100.
So, yeah, great cats, lots of cool stuff.
Yep.
We get all the new big stuff in there.
Yeah. We were actually just discussing earlier.
We reviewed the Eric Johnson, like we were talking earlier, we reviewed the Eric Johnson Strat in Ardens before even the Captain and Anderton's had it up there.
Yeah.
All compliments of our good friends Sean and everyone over at the Ardens Music family.
Yeah, and plus we do, we don't do quite the post-production that they do, which delayed their...
No, I mean, like...
They took a week from shoot time to post time.
Because our video is just like...
Here it is.
There we go. Alright, there's the old filmmaker thing here. Put in the intro, put in a flashy little bit. Ardens splash, upload.
Yeah.
Scoop job. But if we invested that level of production value, I'm sure we also would have been a little more delayed by getting a review up.
Isn't that the truth? Wow.
Sometimes being flashy doesn't always pay off.
5 thumbs ups already.
The cutthroat world of YouTube gear reviews.
Those 5 thumbs up, that's all for you. I know that's everyone going, hey, he's back. He's back. Yeah,
the ranting guy's back.
Yeah, like, you know, they tuned in the last couple of weeks, you know, and I was labeling it as
Where's
Canucks.
the rambling guy?
And they're like, oh, it's just Ben. Well, hey, Jim Guidry's in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Mr.
Hey,
Jim.
brother.
Yes, so not much going on the news front lately.
Yeah, no, it's been quiet. There's no recent Gibson falling under.
No, not really. Just
actually, you know what? The one thing that has come up recently that I love the fact that EHX actually had to come out and let the cat out of the bag on it because their customer service line is getting swamped for requests for it.
Oh.
Well, you've got the picture of it there.
Oh, yes.
The April Fool's gag from Electro-Harmonics.
All right, well, first thing we got to do is turn down the
Those of you who follow EHX on Facebook and other social media and that, you know the guys who run their social media department have a real great sense of humor. Yeah. And so every year for April Fool's, they've done a gag pedal or like a gag piece of gear announcement. So this year's was the Bag 9.
Yeah, I know it's not quite coming through. For some reason, I thought it was
the Kilt 9, but yeah, the Bag 9.
Yeah, I personally like the fourth
bagpipe simulator.
I personally like setting 3, which is the Aberdeen.
But the fact that EHX had to come out and be like, all right, it's an April Fool's joke, guys. Quit emailing and asking for it.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how much their R&D department is now going to be investing into Mike Matthews going, you guys gotta make some bagpipe pedal. People want the bagpipe pedal.
There, it's a little better.
Yeah!
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
And if anybody will bring us a bagpipe pedal, it will be Mike Matthews.
I will say.
His big old cigar.
We did reference.
We're gonna make a bagpipe pedal. Ah!
I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard about it. Again, our friends at Anderton's, they're April Fools. They did a complete gear review for the new Carlos Santana Fender Strat, and they even mocked up a prototype to review and everything. Like, those boys went above and beyond.
So they butchered a PRS SE and a Strat in order to do.
Yeah, well.
The Fender gag was pretty good too. They're the Earthfire.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little spiteful and petty. I know you're angry, Fender, but come on, guys.
Hey, we got our Metal Stage podcast in the house. Mr. Sinner himself.
It was funny though.
I checked out your cover of Unholy today. That was really cool. They do on his channel there. A bunch of the guys still play along with songs and post them on up. So he did Kisses Unholy, and I'm like, I forgot how groovy that tune is. Like, as much as I can't stand Gene Simmons, there he is, the drummer himself. I want a bagpipe box to plug into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I bet I could probably put a bagpipe
sample
onto the drum kit, and you can just bring it up on stage behind your other kit.
I want it
like
just
Neil Peart style, spin around, and then just hit the bagpipes like.
Oh wait. Yeah, that would violate your no AC/DC rule. We can do a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Yeah, no. That would violate the no AC/DC rule.
That's why, if you guys notice, I play a lot of AC/DC when I'm solo on here. I get it out of my system so I don't bring it to band practice.
Don't be mistaken. It's not that I have anything against AC/DC. I just no AC/DC. Yeah, I hate it's.
That's okay.
I work in the shop where we listen to a classic rock radio station in the shop on our shop radio there, and it's a lot of AC/DC and the same damn AC/DC songs every now and then, something comes out that just
I didn't show you this.
Heard every day for the last 3 years.
Not your bag.
You get excited.
Hey, Kramer.
You know what? No, it's the top horn. That's a Parker Fly.
Oh, I thought more.
Like, look at that. That's a Parker Fly. That's a Parker Fly.
It's like a tribal warlock.
That's a Parker Fly.
This is what I'm referring to, gang.
The top horns. That's a Parker Fly. Like everything about it except for the lower horn and the fact it doesn't have that weird.
The Kramer Pariah. That's it.
I mean, I like the pinstriping paint job on that top one. Don't get me wrong. I think that's groovier than hell. That's super cool.
Dave P115 says hello. He's new.
You know what that would look good on? like a 335 style guitar. Like,
yeah.
Like that kind of pinstripe finish like that, I think would look really awesome on a 335 or a Riviera P93. Because the gaudy guitar paint job would detract from the hideousness of it having 3 pickups.
True.
If we've never covered it before, I'm not a big fan of guitars with 3 humbuckers or 3 P90s.
Whereas,
just in case we've never covered that before.
Whereas I love it.
I love it. It's
too
much. Too much.
I really want a Cherry Burst LP custom like Ace Frehley.
No.
Yes.
No.
With cream DeMarzio's.
It's better. It's
all
better than
age.
It's better than a Black Beauty with the 3 gold humbuckers.
Yeah, I'm over that. Although
that and the 61 Les Paul with the 3
which
gold
I had,
which you had.
Yeah.
Which I used to play it, and it's like,
yeah, you
with that center pickup, I would buy.
You played that thing more than I did, probably.
I did play that
because I kept it at his place. And
I played it all the time, but every time I look at it, it's like, is there some way of filling this cosmetically that wouldn't look like crap in the end? But alas, no. And that's why I don't own a Riviera P93 either. It's like, is there some way of filling that cosmetically so it wouldn't look bad?
No, not green DeMarzio R2R3, cream. Sorry.
Oh, green DeMarzio's. Yeah. That'd be rad. On the Cherry Burst.
Sure. Oh,
I call it my gaudy caster.
Yeah.
Turn some heads though.
Dave P115 asks, do you guys play video games? No. Sorry.
Not really. I will like once in a while, but like I have an old school Xbox, the 360. Yeah, that's the one.
And once in a while, when I'm over here, I'll play games with them.
I might have like 4 games.
Oh!
I'll occasionally play. And I suck at them all, but I'll just be like, yeah, alright, this is frustrating. That's enough of that. Got my fix in for the month.
We have a compromise here. Our metal stage center says, take out the center pickup and put a vape in it.
Run a hose.
And it could
run a hose at the back. It's like, does he have a talk box in his guitar? Like, what's what guy doing?
And then let's see here, Mr. BHB, who we presume, Mr. Bruce, I presume. What is Rich's dream guitar?
Like, if I were to have somebody build me something that I'd have in my mind to have built, or like that is currently commercially available.
It could be anything. It could be a new guitar, it could be a vintage guitar,
commercially available. All right, and vintage. All right, you know what? I'll do one for each then. My dream vintage guitar.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, you get into the apples and oranges, right?
You know what? It would be one of the old Fender Coronado 2s with the injection die finish. Probably in blue. For a current production model guitar, a Jazzmaster in some nice sea foamy kind of finish.
Matching headstock, of course.
Color matching headstock, of course, yes.
Yeah.
And if I were to have somebody build me something, it would probably be an Emerald Burst Les Paul.
Let's see.
Or an Emerald Burst 335. One of the two.
See, my problem is, it's an apples and oranges. Like I've narrowed it down to 2 guitars immediately.
Mm-hmm.
The problem being is 59 Les Paul, 53 Tele. Right? So I'm going to say, and this is where the current manufacturers comes in. So I'll take for my vintage the 59 Les Paul, and for my current guitar will be a custom shop 53 Tele reissue,
which you're basically getting a new.
Well, let's just
53.
say I have much more faith in Fender replicating my 53 Tele Dream guitar than I do of Gibson replicating my 59.
Very true. So. Very, very true.
As far as custom build, ooh, yeah, we'd get into more or less like the Alexa Lifeson Access. Like I would have something would have multiple pickups.
A bells and whistles Les Paul.
With a piezo as well, so I can do the acoustic thing. Well, like a Parker Fly, essentially.
Yeah.
Or like say an Alex Lifeson Access, some kind of a hodgepodge, coil tap, everything.
I take it back. The more I think about it, it would be an Emerald Burst 335 with a Bigsby.
Nice.
Possibly with P90. Possibly not.
But only 2, not 3.
Oh, no, not 3. No. Just sitting here looking at 335 more and being like, yeah.
Apparently, Dave Q115 says, we are very BA. You know what? Thank you.
Well, thank you, sir.
Let's see, and Bruce was saying, anything you guys want. Bruce likes your color choice, and he likes my idea about the Fender reissue. Actually, yeah. Basically, for my current guitar, think of Dave. If you guys know, Dave Nesdall has a 53 custom shop. Not only is it a baked neck, it's a baked body as well. So the thing weighs maybe 6 pounds, and it will play like a 53 because there's 0 moisture content left in it. Thing looks amazing. Yeah. So basically, Nesdall's telly. So he also has a. Yeah, he doesn't like talking about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. But so basically, a couple of Nesdall's guitars.
Yeah.
And he has a Ripley too, which would do all the bells and whistles stuff. So 3 Dave Nesdall's guitars. There we go. Don't even have to buy new. How about you guys? I see Sinner says 58 Explorer. Yeah. I've never really played an Explorer. I'd like to.
I've played 2 Epiphones and 1 Gibson Explorer, and a Slammer by Hammer Explorer.
Yeah.
What I will say about all of the above, I mean, the Gibson felt solid. Like, of all of them, like, the Gibson was the one that I picked up and was like, this is an instrument.
Yeah.
The first one I played was an Epiphone, and I picked it up and was just like, just struck by how novelty it felt. Yeah. Like, it didn't feel like a real instrument. It just felt like a novelty instrument.
Sure.
The other Epiphone I picked up was a Carino one, and it felt like a guitar.
Sure.
Like, there was nothing about it that felt cheesy. Like, it felt like a guitar.
Dry Heat 480 says Gibson would probably put Roboturn.
And the Hammer Slammer one, what I will say about that one, the body felt a little bubbly, like it was slightly more rounded,
right,
and not quite as pointy. But I always thought with better tuners and pickups, that would smoke an Epiphone. Like it was a really, really nice playing guitar. It just had the word "slammer" and big cheesy writing across the headstock, and
welcome to my high school years.
Absolutely prevented me from buying it. I remember when they got them in, the day they got them in at Arden's, the new Hammer Slammer by Hammer.
Oh, he's jonesing in here so bad, Rich.
What?
Speaking of Epiphones, from the drummer boy. Yeah, all right. So we have a guitar to show off.
We have a guitar to show off.
We were supposed to show it off 2 weeks ago, but he was deathly ill. Then we were going to show it off
we were supposed to show it off the week before that, weren't we?
No, he dropped it off. Prior to you
getting been sitting here forever.
Yeah.
I've been.
You guys want to see a guitar?
The corner, the dust, and the.
We should ask first. Type 1 in the chat if you want to see it. Type 2 if you don't want to see it. Let's see a bunch of ones.
I'm saying twos. Nobody wants to see a guitar, Shane.
Nobody wants to see this thing.
No, this is actually when it comes down to FE Les Pauls, this is nice.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Oh, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert!
Nobody, the chat's gone silent.
Nobody wants to see it. I'll show it to you anyway.
Bruce says the more I play it. Shane says shut up. Oh!
Silver. Hi ho. Yes, sir. So this is our drummer's FE Les Paul Custom Silver Burst.
Because even a drummer needs a guitar. Hey, look at there's you guys. Oh yeah, get the effect of.
Yeah, it is.
Glossy.
It's solid. like it's got some weight behind.
It's got some nice yellow. Why? Yeah, it does. I'm noticing that.
Like, she's a solid axe.
We got one pulla. We got two.
And what's that? A third push-pull pot? What?
Yes.
And I still am not entirely sure what the third one does. Have you?
I assume out of phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's out of phase.
Yeah. So let's plug in. For tonight's reviewing purposes, we're running through the Fender DeVille head into the newly eminence-loaded custom 112 cabinet.
Are we now? All right.
So, there we go, clean.
There you go.
Poke.
Let me just grab a little one of them plectrum things.
Let's turn off the wall.
Both pickups. Wow, that is a hot bridge pickup. Noticeable volume boost. Coil tap. Now we should be able to hear the difference, especially with the coil tap, I think. Yeah, good slight volume dip.
A little bit clacky.
Yeah, pretty quacky for a Les Paul.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Got the face humbuckers. Peter Green.
Alright, let's hear what a bit dirty.
There's the culprit. It's always the G string. Oh yeah, spanky. Jeez, what's he got in this thing for strings? They're not nines. Does he say what they are for strings? Hey, Blackie DH is in the house and Randall Fisher. Jeez, yeah. Not too bad. So there you have it, folks. One Epiphony Les Paul Custom Pro.
Bro!
With all kinds of switchable options all going on. Silver burst. Handcrafted in China, 2015.
I always get that line absolutely slays me.
Well, there we are. Yeah, yeah, I thought so. Shane's like, I think they're 11s. Yeah, I noticed that the first time I went to bend that G string.
Out of boy. Might be a drummer, but he knows what strings to put on there.
Hey, Zach is in the house. Awesome. I gotta turn up the brightness on that again at some point. Alright, what are we doing with this thing? There we go. Thank you. Alright, Shane, you can pick it up next band practice.
We reviewed it.
We reviewed it. We showed off your guitar, because you're a Canuck with a guitar.
Liked it.
People liked it. Yeah.
Plays good.
I hope you took screenshots of all the pleasant things people talked about it. Although I didn't see anything. So maybe they didn't really like it. You'll bring your bass next time. Okay, so then you can leave it here for 3 weeks and then, I'm missing my bass. Oh, 16 people I just got pumped up to.
Great Scott.
Well, back to 16. Sorry. Yeah, wrong channel. They're just flipping through the dial. Hello. Yeah. They're lost.
Hot damn, this stuff's good.
10 times to open a beer, Rich is flagged. Well, it's not even alcohol-based beer, so I don't know.
It's smooth on the side of the vape. There's nothing to catch the bottle.
Yeah.
I'm scratching that hell out of the side of my vape.
So Shane says, so who's going to teach me how to play? Well, let's see. During practice, you're sitting facing us, so look up. And everybody needs a telly. So you need a telly, Shane.
Yeah, me and telly. I'm about to get telly.
Yep. Let's kind of become your catchphrase, eh? I've seen it referenced.
Everybody should get a telly.
Yep. Everybody should get a telly. So yeah, Blackie DH is in the house. Good. Liz Gamino. Hey Liz, welcome. Good show. Just subscribed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Awesome. And Mr. Bruce says, my woman, Jen CS, is in the house. Hey Jen.
Salut.
Salut, salut. Awesome. Yeah, everybody's tuning in tonight.
So 2 weeks ago I missed the show because I was sick.
Oh, yes.
And last week I missed it for a concert.
Yep, which is okay, right, folks? Is that warranted reason?
It's warranted reason.
Hey, Jen.
Which leads to our next discussion point.
Yes. When?
Prog music.
When can it be too prog?
Is there a point when prog music becomes too prog?
Yeah.
Is there such a thing as... Well, yeah,
there is.
There's definitely such a thing as too prog.
I've heard some real... For lack of a better term, I'm just going to say, I've heard some real crap on and they call it prog. Whatever. I was on their level. But... So you checked out a bunch of fellows out there on the stage.
A bunch of fellow Canucks, a bunch of cats from the La Belle province.
Oh, I didn't know they were from the Poutine province.
They are in fact les Québécois.
Oh, oui. Les Québécois.
C'est ça?
Yeah.
Yes, the Musical Box. They are the official, authorized, and given good kudos by Peter Gabriel tribute to Genesis. They tour around the world doing their whole Genesis show. And I went with Larry, our bass player in the Honey Badgers. He's got tickets for his birthday there, and his wife's unable to go to the show, so I went with him and his sister-in-law and her hubby, and 4 of us went down to the show. And I'm aware of Genesis. I'm a big Peter Gabriel fan.
But let's be honest, in the age difference too. In the house, yeah, like even for me at my age, I was more familiar with the Phil Collins era.
I'm much more familiar with the Phil Collins Genesis material than I am with the Peter Gabriel. I knew Peter Gabriel material was the more out there Genesis, and I knew about the costumes and the weird stuff like that.
Right, but it's like hearing about.
But that was about it.
It's not like hearing about the Sid Barrett years of Pink Floyd.
Exactly. So that was about it. I wasn't overly well versed in like the Peter Gabriel era.
That was a good reference. Again, prog rock. Well, psychedelic rock, but prog rock.
So, but his wife was able to go. She asked me if I wanted her ticket. I was like, yeah, sure. What the heck? It'd be a good night out anyway. Mm-hmm. So I was going in with an open mind. I knew to expect something kind of weird, and it was going to be prog, but I wasn't fully. I didn't know what to expect.
Sure.
These guys got it down to a T. Let me say that. I had to come home and my YouTube footage of Genesis to just be like,
for points of reference.
What did I just? And yeah, they spot on. Like the costume changes were like the whole. But we were sitting there. Now I will admit I was not sober. Very much not sober to the point I was like, "Whoa! What on earth is this?"
Seeing things that maybe the others of us may not necessarily see.
But I just remember sitting there thinking the entire time, like listening to this and watching this elaborate production go on, and just thinking, would this make sense without the elaborate like theatrics on stage of the front man here playing the role of Peter Gabriel? I'm like, Like, without the preceding little skits in between songs explaining what the song was about. Which really didn't help any.
No.
Now, that could have been my altered state, but
yeah.
I just wasn't really following very much of what was going on. It was a little... But that was my point that I was getting to. It was so bloody over the top.
I can remember
that I was just like,
the title.
I remember sitting there thinking, like, I would buy a DVD of this and watch it and be like, oh, this is pretty groovy. Like, the music's pretty wacky and out there. And the dudes in the costumes get glowing dark eyes. Whoa, crazy. Yeah. But I just kept being struck by the thought, I couldn't imagine sitting down and listening to this on a record. Like, I could not imagine just sitting down and being like,
well, and
I'm going to kick back and listen to this.
Well, let's be honest. The day that you went earlier that day, you let me know. You're like, yeah, I can't make the show, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Yeah. I was like, what's going on? And you're like, oh, I'm going to see the musical box. I'm like, I don't know what this means.
Huh?
You know, and he's kind of explained like the musical. It's a performance thing. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm going to do the show. You know, we'll talk tomorrow. So then the next day being Good Friday, I was at work. You had messaged me. You're like, how familiar are you with the Peter Gabriel years of Genesis? I'm like, oh, actually quite familiar. I had heard this stuff growing up here and there, especially since my parents were friends with some hippies and such. So I had heard about it, seen a couple Genesis documentaries. So, you know, I was at least thumbnailed through it. I was like, yeah, that's pretty out there stuff. And yeah, you're like, I don't know if I can sit and listen to an album of it.
Confusing and bizarre 2 hours
so,
of my entire life.
Put that in the title.
It's like, wow, what is this? Now I will say phenomenal musicianship. Like these guys are just like incredible musicians. If they're coming through your town and you're here being advertised like the Musical Box, official Genesis tribute, check it out. If anything, just to be like, whoa! But the musicianship is incredible. The stage show is great. The lighting, the whole nine. It was really, really great. It did leave me with slightly more of an appreciation for the early Genesis, for the fact of like how envelope pushing it was.
Sure.
But at the same time, I can't get past the fact of just like how absolutely pompous for the sake of being pompous. It seems. It's just, I don't know. Larry says it best, but he's just like, there's nothing more self-serving than prog rock.
Yes.
And
it's the jazz of rock.
It was. It was a really groovy show. It was really, really neat. I'm glad I went. But yeah, that was the most baffling thing I've ever witnessed.
So I'm gonna try to get caught up. Now the chat's on fire tonight. All right, so Liz, we're gonna get to your question in just a moment. Randall Fisher says, speaking of tellies, mine will be here tomorrow. Yeah, he ordered a bunch of gear this past week. 2 guitars and an amp.
Telly. Good job, buddy.
Either ordered 2 guitars and an amp, or 2 amps and a guitar, or some. He's ordered like 3 things. Mr. BHP says, I'm an honorary Canuck, right? Yes, you are. Bruce is an honorary Canuck.
I want to try and like
put it this way:
pull it at the border and see how well it stands. But yeah, we'll call you an honorary.
Yeah. Well, considering I mentioned how I passed a hydro truck on the way home from work, and he actually understood it was related to power as opposed to the water company.
Oh yeah. Well, that they don't have that on the East Coast too. It throws people off.
Yeah, it's just because in Ontario the majority of our power is generated water-based.
Hydroelectric.
So they just call it Hydro One is the name of the company, and as short people just refer to our electricity as hydro.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I think it's mostly in Ontario and Quebec
thing.
The rest of the country they just call it their electrical bill.
Okay, yeah, he has a Strat and a Telly coming tomorrow.
Nice. Everybody should have a Fender and a Strat and a Telly.
Mims, sweet.
Nice.
Nothing wrong with Mims. Thanks for being on.
I got a Mims Strat and a Mims Telly, and I love them both.
Liz Gamino asks.
Yes.
Yes. And she said, hello.
Sorry, I got to ride.
Yeah, I let him go. You're new. I usually...
My first week back. I'm tearing it chomping
and you'll notice I will ask a question. I'll put in my 2 cents at the beginning, and then let him go. So, can you do a thorough explanation? There is no other choice with this guy. Of robo-tuners, good, bad, ugly. There is no good, in my opinion. Well, unless you do multiple tunings a night, possibly.
The good, if in your set list of material, like, for the average Joe, the only good is the fact that it tunes itself. Bottom line. For the gigging musician, the only good is that if you've got like 3 different tunings you use during the set, like you use
pop,
Dad Gad for one song, and you tune the open G for something else, and the rest of the night's in E. You can program you can switch through, and rather than having to switch guitars or retune, you can just push a button and you're like, so everybody feeling good tonight? Haha, that's great. Make sure you buy more drinks at the bar because the bar will pay us more. Hopefully. Haha. And
that's where Shane comes in.
Yeah, and then by the time you've done your little spiel there, your guitar's retuned, and then you can play your next song and your next tuning.
Or you do what I do and just swap out guitars.
The good, the bad, they're notorious for breaking. Notorious for breaking.
Yeah.
My old man, he works at the
exactly, Shane.
At the nuclear plant, just a couple hours up the road from us in Pickering, and he sends me a message one day. He's like, "Yeah, my shop head's over here," and I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "What do you know about these?" And he sends me a picture of a Les Paul headstock with like gutted Robo-Tuner unit. And I'm like, I know they're terrible, and I highly recommend pulling it out and replacing it with good tuning. He says, "Well, he wants to keep it all original." I'm like, order a new one.
Or buy one off eBay, because there's lots of guys selling them on eBay because they rip them off and put them right instead of Grover.
The only other bad, really, about them that I've heard is that the gears, and this isn't something I've heard a lot of, I've read about it once or twice.
They don't like their heavier gauge strings.
Is that with heavier gauge strings that the gears will start wearing down and you'll get tuner slippage. Yeah. And
like if you tune to standard pitch and want to run 12s, you're going to run into problems on a couple of the tuners.
I suppose that would be the ugly, too. Like,
the ugly is the sheer ugliness of it.
Yeah, the ugly, they're hideous.
Now, granted, they're better than they used to be. Remember,
yes,
they had the system where they ran the wire through the truss rod tunnel.
The old units, they were clunky, bulky, and if they broke, your guitar was nuts.
With your battery in the control cavity. Well,
the new units
have been around for almost
slimmer,
20 years now.
But
hard to believe, 20 years for the Robo-Tuners, I'd say.
I would suppose the only real advantage to having them is if you just, you're not really going to seriously take playing guitar much further than learning 2 or 3 chords to sing,
whatever.
A Wonderwall around the fire with a couple friends. Which at that point I don't see why you're playing on a Les Paul, but
let's say
you this is what you want, this is what you're going for. It'll tune itself, and you don't have to go through the rigorous labor of learning how to use a tuner. Otherwise, and many millions of other guitar players have thought it is the most useless and redundant invention Gibson has, or any guitar maker has come up with. For that matter.
Yeah.
That said, there are people who like them.
My problem is I'm a traditionalist to begin with. So, I like my reissue guitars. I would never buy a guitar with Robo-Tuners on it. I use an inline pedal tuner because I use it as a master mute anyways.
See,
so,
and the one big selling point is the ability to switch between tunings, but
I find it's just
I
quick
know
to swap guitars.
Godin does. I think Line 6 might on their Variacs. You could just turn the little knobby and through the MIDI, whatever it transposes, and you play like you're in normal tuning, but it sounds like...
Yep. Yeah, MIDI systems do that, pitch shifting and whatever.
So, if that's your big selling point on getting it, there's instruments that do that specifically for that purpose. And they do a really, really good job of it.
And if you meet anyone that likes them, send them our way. I'd like to meet them, because I've never met anyone that's like them.
I am yet to meet anyone who likes the Robo-Tuners.
Yeah.
And in fact, the only reason the guy my dad worked with wasn't going to swap them was he wanted to keep the guitar all original. That was just his thing. He goes, I just want to keep it all original. He goes, everything I read online says just take them out. They're terrible. He goes, I really want to keep it all original.
Dry for Andy brings up a good point. If they worked, everyone would have done it by now, and Gibson would have been heroes.
See, that's my thought too. if it was a revolutionary technology that was going to pick up, it would have picked up. People would have been like, hey, everybody do this. But they haven't. You know who does like them? Buddy from the Tea Party. He loves them.
Yeah, but he's...
He also switches his guitars in like the middle of songs.
Yeah, but
like,
and he also swaps guitars after every single song between two Les Pauls because he's so anal about his tuning. I'm not sure I can say that on here, but I just did. Jeff Martin
of the Tea Party. I couldn't think of what his name was. But yeah.
And we noticed because we sat, what, 4th row or something
I remember
like that?
when they first came out, he was one of their flagship artists. I don't know if it was just for Canada. I don't even know if you guys know who the Tea Party is.
Do you guys even know who the Tea Party is?
But I remember seeing
they made enough money that he was living on Australia for a while.
It was like a 15-minute special on like CBC or something like that. And it was like they were sitting down talking to him. They had the Gibson rep there, and they were talking about this revolutionary new technology and what it allowed him to do, and how it changed his songwriting because now he could change tunings in the middle of a song. And I was like, what kind of pretentious arse? Like, I'm going to do most of the song in this tuning and then switch tunings for the rest of the song. Like, how are you going to pull that off live? Well, Gibson's going to invent this new technology. Wow!
Yeah, R2, I don't know if I can say that. Our metal stage says, yeah, for Randall. Fender Friday for Randall. Congrats, man. Yeah, 2 coming in there. A Tele and a Strat. That's awesome. Was there a sale going on?
We had a good weekend.
Yeah, and I think he's getting a BEOD as well. Dude, have you heard one of them yet?
I don't believe so, no.
Well, it's like freeing an amp and a pedal, and it's basically like Eddie's Brown sound.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the Brown Eye Mod circuit and a pedal, basically. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Bruce asked him, "OMG, Randall, how are you going to decide which guitar to play first?" Well, it's easy for me. I wouldn't board the Strat though. So.
Yeah, I'd be playing the Strat.
Although I agree,
that's
everybody should have a Strat on hand just in case if you ever need to get that pluckiness or you don't have a 4-way switch in a Tele.
I may say everyone should own a Tele, but
which
I like my Strat.
Can't really play it yet. Bruce was asking right before we went live if I was going to show off a certain guitar tonight. That's been on the bench.
You know what? We can show that she's back in one piece.
Yeah, it just needs one final tweak. And we have a few new viewers tonight, so
those who may not have seen,
talk amongst yourselves.
So, folks, you miss me? My witty banter, my never-ending ranting.
Oh. So this has been under the knife the last few weeks, folks.
She's finally done.
So, what we have here is my 71 Tele S. Hogan. Hey guys, with Indian legs. Okay. So, yeah.
My Indian legs, bro.
We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes, right, Bruce? Wink, wink. So yeah, this is my 1971 Telecaster, not a reissue, real thing. Nice little bird's eye neck. So brought it over here to go into the knife. You may notice some changes to it. Installed a modern bridge. Apparently we know who that is. Let's see. Is that Shane? He said on a different computer, so I'm just curious who it is. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, Showman. Oh, okay. Hey, perfect timing, Showman. So yeah, I put a modern bridge on it, got rid of the nasty saddles that were just like a cheese grater for my hand.
Yeah.
And 6 individual saddles, so I can actually intonate the thing. Then we had Rich do a custom wiring job in it for a new selector switch that is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is bridge, both pickups, usual Tele style, neck pickup, out of phase, both pickups for that Stratty awesomeness. What else did we do? Oh yes, and we installed the brass nut.
Oh, folks. folks, let me tell you this.
Courtesy of Showman. That's what I was saying. Perfect timing.
If
Showman sent that to me.
You've never worked on a brass nut before, prepare to invest some time. It's time consuming to do it right.
Bruce says, damn, that bridge is pristine. Well, it should be. It's brand new. Straight from Fender. Remember? I was what? I ordered
like
2 of them.
3 months for that.
I ordered them right after New Year's.
Mine came in like a month and a half, and then yours was like
another month and a
half after that.
Yeah. For 2 that I ordered literally at the same time. The sad part is I want to order 1 for the saddles for that telly.
Because it's cheaper to order the whole bridge assembly
than to order 6 saddles.
Order 6 saddles.
Oh, actually, I should talk to Travis about saddles.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a heck of a lot quicker. I'll just talk to Travis.
Yeah.
From renofin.ca. So yeah.
Hello, folks.
So it just needs a final setup. There's a very slight back bow in the neck at the moment.
Somebody did something foolish, and when they slacked the springs off and left it without springs on it for a week or 2, we forgot to slack the truss rod off a wee bit, so she backbowed a little on me, and she didn't quite fully settle out once she was restrung, so I got to take the pick guard off.
And he forgot the little tool tonight.
And I forgot the tool. Of all the truss rod adjusting tools I have, I don't have the little 90-degree screwdriver for adjusting the old heel style truss rods for fenders. Namely because I've never worked on one before. So I've never had the need to have one.
And I remember when you put it back together, I get this text and he's all apologetic because there was the back bow and he's like, it's a vintage telly, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. It's my telly. Whatever. You know, like, I treat it the same as my Mexican telly, and it's a tool. That's all it is. This thing's a tool. It's a nice tool.
It's a nice tool.
I'm not going to lie.
No, she's a very nice one.
But, yeah, that's why I ripped out the original stuff, because it's a tool. There is more upgrades coming. Eventually, we'll get new pickups. We got the new volume pot sitting right over there for it. It is getting a Sean Silas signature pot. Thank you, Michael Smith. It's just sitting over there. Well, if you guys were watching, I don't know what day that was. Wednesday? Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
I don't know. I mean, like you said, I've been getting a lot of stuff.
Getting a lot of stuff in the mail.
So yeah. So that's it. That's my 71. It's getting there. Work in progress. One piece at a time. What do we got here? Smooth plug, guys. Yeah. Oh, Showman was logged in with his work account. Ah, okay. Well, what else? Just threw me off with the Indian legs. I should know him. That's your sense of humor. Hey, Ben, or anyone. You can be anyone. What are you using for editing background noise and that fast speed kind of stuff on your vids? I don't use anything. I just go live for everything. And then our pre-recorded stuff. And when I go live by myself, I'm just shooting with this phone. And the pre-recorded, you do no filtration. You just tag something on the front.
When we do our review videos, it's the Apple Movie Maker or Film.
No, we got to plug this thing in. I can't.
Maker, something like that. Whatever the standard Apple movie making software on a iPad or iPhone or whatever that movie maker software is.
You just have the volume killed?
If it does any noise reduction, it does it automatically. I don't recall checking off a noise reduction setting. Tuner.
Oh. Well, we're not expected to be in tune. I just wanted to hear this out. I haven't had a chance to plug this in yet.
That sounds like a telly.
That was the bridge. Now for both. Neck. Yeah, it's one of those. And then the new out of phase. Oh yeah, definitely a difference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, thanks, buddy.
No problem. No problem.
Oh, I almost said it. I got a foot out.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, we still gotta figure out this pickup, right? It's still doing a little something there. Much quieter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found if I hit it a bunch of times.
Alright, so it's got a shoddy connection somewhere.
Had it.
Well, let me have the pick right off. We'll take a look at that.
Or maybe I'll order some pickups. Damn. Yeah, awesome. Loving it.
Groovy.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put a twisted telly in the neck. I like it in that Brad Paisley guitar we've reviewed. And we haven't even got to the new gear yet.
No, we haven't even got to. Which
We will, folks. We will. How are we doing on time? We started early anyways. We still got like 20 minutes at least.
So, a couple weeks, maybe a month or so back, one of our very first set of review videos, you recall us doing a Big Muff shootout.
You remember that? You may have seen it in the thumbnail.
And during the Big Muff shootout, one of the things we were shooting out was the brand new, I think it had been out a week by that point,
The new Nano platform.
in its new Nano platform of the Green Russian Big Muff.
You may remember that, folks. If you haven't, go back on the channel. There's a playlist.
Once you're done here tonight, go back, check it out.
Yeah, there's a playlist I made just for gear reviews.
And I was smitten by it, if you will.
And
Because the first Big Muff I ever played was a late 90s, big black box, yellow writing, Russian Big Muff. And I was like, oh wow, groovy, this is what a Big Muff is. And then in early 2000, when the EHX stuff started really rolling back out in the US reissue stuff, I played a silver Big Muff along with Quaid, the big silver NYC reissues, and it was,
yeah,
it wasn't the same. It was a little too fizzy for my taste. It wasn't the same as the black one. Then a buddy of mine bought one. I borrowed it for a weekend, got to spend a bit more time with it, and it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
And then all the new little Big Muffs, and
you had
then
a base muff.
I had the base Big Muff because it was supposed to be based on the Russian
You borrowed my
circuit.
Nano muff.
And I've never found a Big Muff that I liked.
So you gave
Russian
up.
muff.
You gave up on muffs.
I gave up on Muffs
for a couple of years.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah, and then you recently got that one little Joyo.
And then I got that Joyo Voodoo Octave Fuzz pedal.
If you may remember, last time you were on, I think that
was the
around
last
the time.
last show I did.
Pretty much. The last couple shows.
And it kind of rekindled my love for fuzz.
Yeah, because you
Kindled,
had been
I
playing
guess.
a lot of fuzz in band practice
I
lately.
wasn't a big fuzz fan ever. And so I knew that I wanted a better fuzz, and I knew that a Russian Big Muff was a better fuzz, and was hopefully going to be the Big Muff that I wanted it to be. And it is. It is and more. So, over the old clean side there. Maybe even check the tuning on that, because that sounded a little wonky.
Can hurt. And just while you're tuning, Randall Fish asked, Ben, are you keeping all the original parts for my telly? Yes. Yeah, they're all going into baggies. They're around on my house in various spots. I'll probably end up losing some of the parts, and that's okay, because I've lost some of the parts for the original 67 that I have as well. But again, they're tools. You know, that guitar was a gift from a family member to use. taking. He said, make it playable, do what you want to do. It's just a guitar, buddy. So, and I appreciate that. You know. But yeah, I'm keeping the original stuff as backup stuff. So,
yeah,
Russian Muff.
Russian Big Muff.
But first, Mike Leanto.
Movka Sovietsky. So yeah, I'm playing the old Gibson LPJ with the Tone Emporium 59s. Through the fender into the
new knob custom.
Yeah, I need a new pickup selector fobby. I lost the one off the fender at our last show.
Right.
So I took the one off this because it never fit right anyways and put it on the fender, so now I need to do one for this. So yeah, clean. There we go.
That's sweet.
It's gain like, say 9 o'clock, tones about 11, volume just past 12. I mostly use it as a lead boost in conjunction with an EHX crayon. So my tone would be something like this. And it does that job beautifully and fantastically.
Shane says, go Rich louder. And Bruce says, that's hot.
And it does the wumpy Big Muff stuff you like.
Yeah.
The gain all the way maxed out, it's...
Hey, Mayhem's in the house. What'd you miss? You missed everything. We're an hour into the broadcast. That's what you missed. I thought you set the timer on your phone.
Gain all the way up, it's that wumping giant roar of a muff that we know and love. What I really love about this, and this is kind of one of the big selling points for me. Let's get it dialed in just straight. Is...
Hey, that was rather...
You can get...
I had a phone call.
You know what? Let's switch to the right guitar for it.
Shane says that's like a 4-week-long sustain. Love that tone.
It'll really prove the point. Is you can
Bruce
get a
says nice sustain.
Really nice.
Okay, so we're going with the Stratocaster.
You get a really nice David Gilmour sound out of it.
And what is that? What's the Strat we got here? This is
my Mexi Strat. Suzanne, for those who haven't seen her before.
Right.
And
so,
it's won me over. I was never the hugest fan of Big Muffs, but this one has stolen my heart.
and you blew up the chat. So let's see. R2R3 says that sounded like Rich beamed me up. Randall Fisher says it growls. Bruce asks, is that the Jesus Strat?
That is the Christocaster.
Yes, also known as the Christocaster.
I don't think we're testing anything else out, are we?
I don't think so. Yes, love the Strat. R2R3 says Randall Fisher sounds great. Blacky DH says Strat sounds killer. Yeah. Hey, should we try showing off why it's called?
The Rushkey Big Muff, I'd pick one up if you're in the market for a groovy fuzz. It's a little darker. No, yeah, there's Suzanne. Look at her. She's pretty.
I realized all my tellies have the black logo. And the reason it's called the Christocaster.
Yes, that's the good Lord and Savior himself dangling up on the tree.
Yeah. That's the way it came. He figured he'd leave the mojo.
I wish I knew the story behind it, because I'm sure it's got a backstory. Somebody.
You know what I would say?
Strat.
The genre of music known as worship music, perhaps. Maybe the previous owner played in a worship band.
Somebody loved this Strat because I'm pretty sure it's one of two things. Either it's a deluxe Strat that somebody changed the neck on,
right,
and took out the original pickguard and circuit, which seems like a lot of bother.
Seems like it.
Or it's a Mexican standard Strat that somebody replaced with all gold hardware, which is also a tedious amount of work. But yeah, somebody loved that guitar, and it's wherever they are, just know it wound up in a good home, and I love her just as much.
Fender Friday continues. Center says, seems my bass will arrive tomorrow. That's that Steve Harris.
Oh, right on.
I was telling Rich about it off air before we came on.
Shame about the first base. Sorry to hear about your luck there, but
yeah. See, he's in the loop. He doesn't actually watch a lot of YouTube.
I don't see your name, but I know what's going on.
Yeah. And then Absolute Mayhem, aka just Mayhem, he'll go by. Only 6 strings, LOL, does it gent? Kidding, too much time watching YouTube guitar vids. The wrong guitar vids. You need a much pointier guitar for that. Oh wait, he does have kind of a pointy guitar himself with that Schecter. It's a nice little Schecter.
Alright.
Nice little... Shame on me. That's correct. Shame on you, sir. Although he does receive, because he knows he's been looking for a Telecaster. He knows. He's been listening. He knows.
Everybody should have one.
Yep.
Just saying.
Hey, I was saying tonight, what? I have 3, and there's still at least 3 more I want. So, and that's even just if I wanted a Tele Deluxe or who knows. I don't know what I want yet. There's several. I like the idea of your P90.
I was going to say, I just saw yesterday the Tele Special or something like that with the P90s, but not the semi-hollow body.
Mm.
And I kind of got thinking, that might not be a bad relax.
Shane says, sorry, I was doing something. Did I hear my name? Well, you just did, because I read off your comment.
But yeah, that'd be a nice little axe to have.
I was noticing somebody, who was it? Johnny Bean was showing off some Nash guitars. You're familiar with Nash guitars, right? I'd said they'd been around for 3 or 4 years that I've known about them at least.
I think they've been around.
But they do one of those great, and every time I look at your Strat now I think of it, they do the solid color over the sunburst, and then it's distressed, so you see the sunburst coming. There's something about, I just love that look. Like, it just reminds me of, like, Leo going, look, somebody wants a Daphne blue, but we only have tobacco burst, Leo. Well, just grab one of them and just paint it.
Spray it. Run it through the booth again. Should we scuff sand it first? Nah.
Nah. But it'll all flake off in about 8 years.
Nah.
He'll buy another one around that time anyways. Let's see here. Shane says, it's been a while. Had to get you to say it, I guess. Haha, I'm needy. Don't worry, Shane. Anytime, buddy. Mayhem says, I'll eventually have something to show on Telly Tuesday. Ben knows me enough. That I do. Bruce says, working on the amount of water it will take to keep me from waking up dehydrated from large quantities of scotch. Yeah, Bruce is quite well into the scotches before we went live.
I usually find generally 2 to 1's probably let's see.
Cinder said 3 to 1.
Yeah, 3 to 1, much safer ratio. 2 to 1 at minimum.
I think Bruce had a Mickey into him before we even went live.
You're a champ, buddy. A champ.
Champ. Yep. Oh, I had some other guitars to show off and stuff. Let me show that. I'm not showing that. I just love that pet photo. Just saying. It's my webcam. I don't need to talk about that. Shane watching me because I reposted it. Oh yeah, there's this funky amp I saw. Yeah.
It looks like something out of a bloody Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
I know.
Like,
I know. I love it. Yeah, straight off the Jetsons.
It's yours.
And
Elroy's rocking the out again.
This cool mod that Mammoth Electron showed, the volume pedal with the tuner built in.
Yeah, that's... I'm not super thrilled about the execution, but I love the idea.
How cool is that?
That's MacGyver ship at its finest right there.
Oh yeah, the postage stamp telly.
Which, again, I think it'd be cooler if it was banana stickers.
Well, yeah.
I'd buy a banana sticker telly over a postage stamp telly.
Chiquita.
Yeah, we'll talk about those some other time. Because I saw the chat light up again, so I'm curious what's up. What's up in the chat? Oh, Shane saying he loves some scotch. Well, that just makes sense. All right, that's all it takes. There we are. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing all right. So, yes. You also got another little piece of kit. You want to show it off as well?
Yeah, why not?
You bought a new amp.
No, I didn't.
Well, you traded an amp.
I traded an amp.
He traded an amp for an amp.
So...
But he threw in a speaker cab as well.
What's that? A Marshall stack, kind of. The old Marshall MS4 mini stack. So I had a Marshall MS2C, which was like the little half stack version. Except mine had the plexi style salt and pepper cloth. And there's a guy who put an ad on Kijiji, which is like our version of Craigslist up here. It's like, looking for someone to trade a Marshall mini stack for a Marshall mini full stack. It doesn't fit on my shelf. It looks out of place. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I just use it as my bench testing amp on my workbench, just so I can quickly check out wiring jobs on guitars.
Which is right behind the camera, guys.
It's over there.
You'll see it sometime soon.
And so I was like, yeah, you know what, sure. I'll do a trade with you. So I drive up there and do the trade, and it's like, so what's the deal? And he's like, well, I collect mini amps. And he's like, and just like, I've got, one of the other Marshall, mini stacks, and he's got the orange one, the little Voxes, all the little Fenders. And he said the stack just looked out of place. He wanted to get the half stack because the stack just seemed out of place on his shelf. He's like, you're a weird dude, but I'm...
I will gladly
Here you go, take the little amp, I'll take the slightly bigger little amp, and we'll part ways. What I like... Now, the other one had the belt buckle clip, which I always thought was kind of handy.
Yeah,
handy except for the fact you can't actually wear it like as a belt buckle while you play.
Yeah, but you can have it off the side.
You can have it on
part
the
of your
back
goddamn utility
But
belt.
this one's got the little kickback stand. Yeah, that's right. So you'd be... I don't know exactly how it comes out of there. I can't see. You have to have fingernails, I guess, and I don't. But theoretically, it could kick back and you'd be rocking out portably.
I believe we already did that earlier today. Center says plug your fuzz pedal into it and crank it. We tried that.
We did that earlier. It was hilarious.
Yep.
You know what? What the heck? Let's do it again.
Randall Fisher says he has the Zach Wild version. And Shane says I had one like that. I used to plug my guitar into, then into my guitar amp for a cool crunchy sound. Yeah, you can use the pass-through. You can use these things as dirt boxes.
Yeah, we had it running earlier into the power amp in section.
Oh, and I got in trouble. I was on a show not too long ago, and someone wondered what I was referring to as dirt boxes. Dirt boxes for me are as any overdrive, distortion, or fuzz. Those are all dirt boxes.
Alright. It's actually like much more usable than the little half stack version was. I'll say that. No, let's abuse.
So it's already that abusive to the tone. got a crayon in it as well. So, let's see. Our metal stage has double horns fire double horns, so he's into it. Shane says put a mic in front of it for next show.
Well, you know what?
Like, Blackie DH says nice stack. And
I'd always said about the little mini
Shane
stacks.
mentions also easy loading.
For like recording a solo or an intro or something where you just want a really, really funky, different kind of tone.
Mic up one
Slam an SM58 or 57 right up in front of one of these ugly little buggers and just go nuts. You'll have a tone that nobody else is going to have on their record. I promise you.
So, yeah, let's see. Randall Fisher says they're great for repair table. Yeah.
That's what I use mine for.
We got Gear Nerd in the house. He says for Canucks, I don't mind saying it because I entered it earlier today. Van Hout Coffee is giving away 4 EVH guitars signed by Eddie. Contest ends May 11th.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's only in Canada. There's 4 of them. So yeah, Johnny Bean sent me the link earlier today, and he asked.
Hey, man. Cool.
Yeah, so you can't enter, Bruce, because it's for Canadians only.
Every once in a while, we get the cool contests.
Absolute Mayhem says, I think the guitar had a bowel movement at the end there. Yeah.
You always like to spend your life reading Guitar World, see all these cool contests, and be like, and then there's a like little fine print, eligible only American residents.
Continental U.S., because they're too cheap to even ship to Hawaii or Alaska.
He's like, I want to win cool stuff. And they're like, no, you're in Canada. You don't get anything cool.
Well, what if I won it, Bruce, and I held a contest? He's like, hold on while I cry. Yeah, it looks like, I'm guessing it's like one of those stage-played Eddie Frankenstein-looking guitars. He only plays it one song,
It's
you
kind of
buy
a
them
movie
on
contest, man.
line for 16 grand. They figure they're worth or something. I entered, because...
I'm gonna end just because, I mean, like...
I may have become a little biased over the last few months.
I would have to figure that Van Hout Coffee's demographic is probably not hugely interested in entering this contest. I could be wrong. I mean, for all I know, like, maybe
all Eddie had such drinking.
Maybe, like, it's the official coffee of Van Halen. Like, what do I know?
And, yeah, and like I say, so I've been, as you know, I've been hanging out with a certain crowd online the last few months. I'm kind of at the opinion.
Are they Van Hout drinkers?
I'm kind of out of the opinion. Everybody should have a striped guitar. Like, especially if you're into the, like, if you own more than 20 guitars, why not have something kind of, maybe not necessarily even a striped one, but you have a Beretta or something.
Something that's going to stick out of the fleet.
Yeah. Something with, you know, a trim and...
Get a Parker Nightfly.
There we go.
I can't even say that with a straight face.
Yeah, you just enter your email address and say you're in Ontario, Bruce, and then you use my shipping address, right? There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So Bruce can enter.
Bruce is entered.
Yeah. Bruce probably already entered. And
I'll rent it at my Canadian shipping address, but it's going to cost you.
Well, he figures since he's already an honorary Canuck, he should be able to enter, right? Funny you mentioned that, Randall. That's what I was going to give to Bruce, because Randall Fisher says I'm entering and putting the vape shop address in.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, that's my shipping address. Well, you guys know, I received a package while I was live yesterday, so. Let's see. Hey, wait. No, nothing wrong. with several dozen guitars. No, nothing wrong with it.
No, I fully
What's the perfect
that.
number of guitars? One more than you currently own.
Yeah, I fully encourage that kind of behavior.
Yep. Oh yeah. We're not here to discourage. We're here to encourage your gas.
This is a positivity circle. None of that negative.
Yeah. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. You know,
That's kind of bad vibes.
you get enough of that from the great unwashed who don't understand that you have to have lots of guitars for lots of sounds. It doesn't matter if you don't play in a band. It doesn't matter if you never play outside your own home. Ever. You need them. Showman says he enters every contest he sees. Yeah, no kidding. There's some cool stuff with some of the pedal companies and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah. Well, heck, man, Free Pedal Friday when Tone Report used to do that.
Yeah. They still do once in a while, but it seems like it's once a month. Free Pedal Friday.
Well, like we were talking about earlier.
They've gone downhill.
Yeah, things seem to have kind of slipped.
Since they, well, and I can't just say because Reverb bought them. It was more because the owner passed away. Pro Guitar Shop / Tone Report, if you guys didn't know.
Andy can't do it all.
Andy can't do it all. Andy can't do it all. I still remember that was it that meme?
No.
I sent you the video meme.
Yeah.
And it was somebody calls up like the hotline at Pro Guitar Shop and they want to talk to Andy about a problem. So you see this crew come in with the black backdrop behind him. He puts on the headset, grabs the guitar.
Hi. Andy from Pro Guitar Shop here.
Yeah. How can I help? It was awesome. That was gold, Jerry. That was gold.
How
are we doing on time? Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We put in 75, 76 minutes here.
A hard day's night.
Yeah. We still got 13 watching, 13 thumbs up, so I guess that's not bad.
That's a high note to go out on.
If you're new to the channel and you like what you heard tonight, hit that subscribe button, and if you don't mind, hit a thumbs up on the way out, gang. And make sure the bell looks like it's ringing so you know when we go live or I go live. You know, we want to thank everyone for tuning in. Well, let's see. Randall Fish says, my wife heard you, Ben, and says she does not agree. She's uninformed. That's all I'm going to say. You have to explain it to her.
It's your job to educate.
You need to educate.
Virtue of owning.
Yes, thanks, Shane. Shane forgot a thumbs up. Wow, 17 thumbs ups and 16 people watching. See, every time you start wrapping up, people jump in.
Every time.
For those of you just tuning in, go back to the beginning, watch from the top. You'll love it. Scratchy Tots just entered in. And it sounds like, we got the doggies going crazy upstairs anyway. So I'm guessing your better half just got back home.
I think so.
So yeah, until next time, folks, have a great night. Be great to each other. Be safe. Love one another. And until next time, rock on. I will be on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. What is that? 11 a.m. Pacific on Sunday. I have to go on early. I have a work thing later in the day. So till then, I'll see you all later. Cheers.
Good to see you again this week.
See ya.
Have a good night.